Hi, Mitch Nichols, Kong Dynamics. We're continuing on with our ERISA Form 5500 database, the National Edition, all 50 states. And we're going to build a quick pivot table here with the data from the Schedule A from the previous video. And we're going to build this with, since we got all 50 states, we want to do a filter by state, put it in the horizontal slicer. I like these slicers here that are built into this. So now we want to look at the broker, insurance broker name, and that'll be found right here. And after a while, there's going to be a few of these fields that are going to be more important to you, like the broker name, insurance carrier, the state, things you'll get pretty quick in setting these up. That you will need to sort by. I guess it'd be important to know who the name of the employer group is in this. So we'll put that down in our row. And we'll look at the broker commissions here. And that's the paid amount. The paid amount is what we want because we're looking at by insurance broker. So this is the amount that was paid out to each insurance broker. The field right below it, the commission total is the total amount that was paid out by the insurance carrier on that contract. And as you know, some of the products are sold with multiple brokers. So keep that in mind. That's the difference between this field and the other field. This is what was paid out to each broker, and this is what was paid out in total. So, and I want to pick up this one. And you'll notice in the PowerPivot that it puts the correct value here, because usually if you just do it in a regular pivot table, it uses count and you have to change it to sum. It defaults to sum here, which I like, because I hate that when you have to keep changing that back around. Here I want to double click here and I want to shorten the name here. Let's do that. I hate the real long names. So we'll do that. And we'll do that again right here. Bingo. And shorten it from this side. Enter. And as you know, it keeps widening out the name of the every time you do this. So we'll come back in here. Let's format that with the comma, because I like to see the comma in my numbers. And now we can see this pretty good. Let's widen that out a little bit. There we go. Alright, so now we can get this all on one screen so you at home can see what this is. First thing you'll notice is that one of the filters is blank here. So, and this will happen time to time throughout the data. Someone leaves the name of the insurance broker blank, by accident or whatever. It just doesn't come through. If you pull the actual 5500 form off the Department of Labor's website, you'll see that it's blank in that area. So don't overlook this area here when you're looking through. If you're just looking by insurance broker name, that there will be quite a few that will come in, without that field being completed. So keep that in mind, because you have human beings filling these out. So you'll get what you get, from the data set that we get from the Department of Labor. Not a big deal, because you're going to search it from many different ways. And you'll notice up above here, when we're using the horizontal slicer, that the ones that are blank will show up as a dark blue, and the ones that are in these other states show up as light blue. So there's none in the state of Rhode Island. When you see CN, that's the country of Canada. TW's Taiwan. So you have some foreign countries in here in the mix. So let's look at another broker. Let's just look at, I don't want to lose my states here. We'll go down a little bit. Who do we want to pick on today here? I'm not familiar with some of these brokers. Let's just pick one at random here. So we know if we filter down to this broker here that they have one employer group in the 2010 Schedule A data set, and it was written in Massachusetts. So you can see how powerful this is. Remember, you can look at it through here through a pivot table, or you can go old school with it and look at it through here and sort through all of this. So, you can do it old school. You can go through, put in your filters, do your searches or whatever through here. Or you can look at it through a pivot table, and you can really dial into this deal. Now, I highly advise bring in what you really want to search for. If you're looking for group health, use that the filter when you're bringing in the data right from the get-go, and filter down to just group health. If you just want dental insurance or long-term disability, short-term disability, filter down to that first, because your machine will run a lot quicker. It'll be a lot easier to run your data. So just one thing to keep in mind. Click this to take the filters off. You'll notice too that there might be several ways to spell a broker's name. There might be different iterations of that. Let's look at this a little bit more. You'll notice that, like for here, Benefit Management Inc. There's Inc. with a dot. There's Management Services Inc. Management Services with no Inc. So you can see every iteration of this coming through. So you got to be careful. If you're just looking for this only, you're only going to pick up the employer groups that just have that exact spelling of the insurance broker's name. So, and keep that in mind. So what we do to get around it is to maybe, let's say this is the last iteration of the name here, just so that you can see it on the screen. Just hold down your shift key and then click this, and it grabs everything in between. And then you can see all the employer groups. Now I might had to scroll down like maybe 2 or 3 pages to get every iteration of this in there. Just doing it just for sake of time with everyone. So you can see that how quickly you can grab every iteration of a broker's name, or if you're looking, if this area's got the insurance carrier's name, you can switch it up. You can put whatever fields and practice doing this with different fields, different lookups, whatever way you want to look at the data. And maybe I'm looking at this and I just care about the stuff that's in North Carolina. So I know it's just these two that had that filter. Now everything else in here is all grayed out, and those other ones are way down the bottom. You can tell this thing skips through real fast because there's just so many of them through here. But if we scroll down, we'll still see the 1 or 2 that would be highlighted through there. I'm not going to go through and try to find those. So we'll take that filter off, take that filter off. And let's say that we just want to look at dental only through here to try to cut it down. Let's look at the those are the indicators for the different schedules. Here, the dental indicator, and we'll put that as a report filter as my voice is going out here. So we will, and it's 1. So it's either 1 or blank in here. If it's got a 1 in there, it's going to be dental insurance on there. So I'll put OK. It's thinking a little bit. So it's already pre-formatted or pre-filtered, I should say, all the ones that have dental insurance, all 50 states here. So let's cut it down even more. Let's just go Minnesota, where I'm at. And then here's all of the insurance brokers that sold in dental contracts in Minnesota, and these are the employer groups that sold just dental insurance in Minnesota. Let me push this back in so you can see the broker commissions in here. And let me also put in a, so that when I'm scrolling up and down, we're freezing panes here. Let's see if this works. There. See, you just got to work a little bit smarter, but I grabbed the wrong one here, didn't I? I should have grabbed it on the row labels here. But anyway, you can put in freeze your text wherever you want it to, and you can see all the different employer groups in Minnesota. They have dental insurance. Of course, there's going to be a gazillion of them because they're all going to have dental insurance. So this is how you would dial in on this and kind of play around, see what you can find. So I hope this kind of gives you some ideas on how to use Microsoft Excel using the PowerPivot add-in to look through the data. Thank you.